Developing now at 5:31, a stabbing in the parking lot of a Walmart in Albuquerque. Now, one man is dead and police are trying to figure out what happened and who did this. It all went down about 10:30 last night at the Walmart off Carlisle. It's the one that's near I-40, and that's where News 13's David Romero is live this morning. David, are people being allowed back into Walmart right now?
Matt, from what we can see, yes, they are. We have seen customers come in and out. Everything appears to be open. The scene appears to be clear. And there's no longer police here on scene, but they are still working hard to find the offender or offenders who were behind this violent stabbing that happened in a very busy parking lot. And of course, violent crimes detectives have been combing through the parking lot as part of their investigation, which is still in the very early stages. Now, police were called to the parking lot in front of the Walmart on Carlisle, just north of Manal, around 10:30 last night. When they arrived, they found a man with what appears to be stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. The name of that man has not been released, but police say he was in his 20s. Meanwhile, detectives also add that the search for whoever behind this does continue. Again, everything appears to be open here at the Walmart, which is just north of Manal. And of course, customers are being allowed in and out, but there's still no description from police as to what the offender or offenders may have looked like. And of course, if anybody has any leads, they welcome anybody to call them. And of course, it's 242 cops. And of course, they expect to release more information later on this morning. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, David. As soon as police do give out more information, we'll pass it along to you. You can look for updates on News 13 here at noon, and you can get them anytime at our website. That's at krqe.com. And happening now at 5:32, according to nmroads.com, I-25 northbound here near Bernalillo is still shut down. However, we talked with state police about a half hour ago, and they said at that time the interstate could be opening back up at any minute. This is because of a deadly crash, a horrible one last night. 3 people died when state police say that pickup truck that you just saw that was going south near the Algodones exit crossed over the median, slammed head-on into a semi-truck going north. This was just before 7:30. These are pictures from Sky News 13. That pickup sadly obliterated by the impact. There are parts and metal there just strewn all about the interstate. Now, right now, investigators don't know if the pickup flew over the cable restraints that are designed to prevent these head-on crashes or went through them. Again, the interstate is still closed right now, according to nmroads.com. State police say it could be opening up at any minute. They're just cleaning up some oil from the crash last night. We'll give you an update as soon as we know. And happening now, there's a chance that some kids on the west side could be late to school again today, all because of delays with a city construction project. The city of Albuquerque was planning on being done with this road work here on Rainbow Boulevard before the school year started, but the project's running a month behind because of weather and some redesign work. So that has shut down parts of a key road in and out of Volcano Vista High School, Tony Hillerman Middle School, and Tierra Antigua Elementary School.
And the construction's necessary. We are happy that the roads are going to be fixed, but right now it's a little bit headache having to leave so much sooner getting kids into school.
Albuquerque's public school district says it sent out reminders to parents warning them of the construction issues and telling them to leave an extra 15 to 20 minutes earlier than normal while this construction is going on. And with a lot of kids going back to school, it seems parents are dealing with longer school supply lists this year. According to an online poll by retailmenot.com, the average parent plans to spend about $300 for back to school shopping. That is per kid. The same poll also finds that cuts to school budgets mean that parents now have to buy even more supplies for their kids. Some are even having to buy musical instruments, even sports equipment. Now, another poll by the same company found that 80% of parents set a budget. However, just 23% of those actually stick to it. Happening now at 5:35, the official paperwork for all 3 men who want to be Albuquerque's next mayor is in. Mayor Richard Berry, former city councilor Pete Dinelli, and retired APD Sergeant Paul Hay filed their paperwork yesterday. Tomorrow, names will be drawn for spots on the ballot. That is going to be at random. This will be the city's first election that requires a runoff if no candidate gets at least 50% of the vote on October 8th. Some political analysts say Dinelli is the only Democrat in the race, and he's the one who could force a runoff with Mayor Berry.
He hopes that that runoff is forced so that the election can perhaps turn on voter registration, which in the city of Albuquerque favors Democratic candidates.
City elections are officially nonpartisan, but party politics still do get involved with these. I saw some names of the parties on some signs yesterday. Absentee ballots go out the day after Labor Day, and early voting starts 2 weeks later. A brazen thief targeting bank customers with big cash deposits is now upping the ante. This is scary. Detectives say the robber, this man, has stepped up the frequency and the violence of these holdups. The latest one happened at the Wells Fargo on San Mateo near Zuni Monday night. Albuquerque police say the man tased a woman, then stole her bank deposit bag, which was full of cash. Thankfully, that woman was okay. Understandably, quite frightened, though. This is the 9th robbery this summer that police have been able to connect to this man, and officers fear that the violence is only going to get worse.
That's concerning to us because it tells us this individual is becoming more brazen and reckless and considerably dangerous to the community.
The robberies are happening in a number of banks, and Albuquerque police say the robber was dropped off at one of the banks in a white SUV. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Well, the former Albuquerque police officer found not guilty of killing his wife will go in front of the Law Enforcement Academy Review Board on September 11th to try to get his certification back. Levi Chavez was fired from APD and had his certification stripped after he was charged with murder and the death of his wife, Tara. Now, he maintained she killed herself, and last month a jury found him not guilty. Chavez met with the board's director on Monday, but no decision was made then. A company from Iowa is now getting out of the horse slaughterhouse business before it officially got in. Responsible Transportation is dropping plans to slaughter horses and is going back to cattle, saying it simply can't afford to wait for all these court hearings to get cleared up. Animal activists, as you might recall, sued to stop that company, and Roswell's at Valley Meat saying the feds didn't properly study the environmental impacts. Earlier this month, a judge issued a temporary restraining order preventing the plants from opening. New Mexico's horse slaughterhouse, the one in Roswell, Valley Meat, says it has no plans to go ahead and back down.